We're at the top of Mount Washington in New Hampshire.
With Lucille. It's
And
windy.
these guys.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Technically, the top is just around the corner.
Yeah.
After the Finger Lakes, we took a 2-day trip to get to the Lake Winnipesaukee area of New Hampshire, somewhere we'd never been before.
Yep. And you know, when we have back-to-back travel days, we love to stay at Harvest Host. This time we stayed at Hummingbird Hills Winery.
That's right.
We already did a video on that, so hopefully you've already seen that. If not, we'll link it below.
Our drive to get to New Hampshire was a really pretty drive. We left Hummingbird Hills, which was in the eastern part of New York, rode through Vermont and into New Hampshire. Beautiful.
Yeah, Vermont's gorgeous. We stopped for lunch, like we usually do at a rest area.
We like to pack our lunches or prepare lunches ahead of time when we have a 2-day travel day trip coming up. It's so much easier and less stressful for us to just warm up something that I've already made. It's usually chili or something like that.
We have so much room in this welcome center.
So much.
Both sides are out.
I know. Maybe that's because people get confused when they're trying to get in here.
Oh my gosh. Getting into this welcome center was weird. I think we went around it 3 times.
It seemed like
getting in, trying to get to the truck area.
I mean, you know, you just gotta do a few loop-de-loops and turns and... I swear. What is it?
Oh,
No.
then we go around over to there.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weirdest friggin' thing ever.
It is so strange.
It's right there.
It's
Okay, Big Ben, Parliament. Okay, trucks and RVs this way. Holy crap, that was the most complicated thing ever.
I don't understand.
It's so complicated, nobody's here.
Sweet.
Good. So now what are we?
Go that way.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it up there.
No, I'm gonna have you stack up with the rest of the big rigs down here.
Okay, go around right here.
Yep, just pull. You'll see a car with yellow strobes. Pull up right behind him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We are stopped. There's an accident and they're detouring a lot of traffic, but we can't go up those dirt roads. So hopefully we're not stuck here too long. Daisy, why don't you run ahead and see what's going on? Can you do that?
Is Timmy in trouble?
Is Timmy in trouble? Can you go run ahead and see?
Poor baby. She doesn't know what's going on.
Since we're stopped, I'll give you a little tour of the cockpit. You can see we still do run our Rand McNally. It's been really good still. We also run RV Trip Wizard. Got our camera on the back of the RV. We have Waze running down here. We got TPMS, dash cam, Easy Pass. You may have noticed in that clip that we do still have the Rand McNally GPS from our video like 2 years ago. And a lot of you have asked about that. Do we still use it? Do we still like it? What about the Garmin? So Eric at Techno RV has sent us the Garmin, and we've been using it for several trips now and really like it. You know, there are some goods and bads about both, and we're gonna have a separate video on that in the future. We're moving. And we're stopping.
Oh my gosh.
This falls into the keep a good attitude category. When you run into situations like this, you can see the line of trucks.
Continue on this road for 6.5 miles.
We'd love to.
We are trying.
Crossing border, entering New Hampshire.
Welcome to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
You have arrived at your destination. On the left side, Turtle Crawl RV Park.
The main reason for us choosing this location in New Hampshire was because our friends live there.
Our friends Ron and Cindy Lou, who you might have seen in our Sturgis video.
Yeah, and they were in our New Mexico video too.
Yeah.
and they have motorcycles and a momentum, and they live on Lake Winnacunnet. So we thought, what an awesome way to check out that area and have tour guides to take us to all the great places that we need to see. So it was awesome. We were hoping to stay at Eloqua State Park or a different RV park in that area, but most of the places were filled up already with reservations because when we were there, it was supposed to be the Laconia Bike Week, so it gets pretty busy around there. So we ended up at Turtle Crawl RV Park in Alton, New Hampshire.
Yeah. First time out since we've been here, so it's good to get out of the RV.
Yeah, we've been here
A couple days. Yeah, got here Monday. It's now Wednesday, so a couple days.
We are at Eloqua Barn and Grill in Guilford. They take reservations around here because they want to make sure that everybody's spaced out. So I'm always spaced out. Get it?
I get it.
We didn't get a ton of footage here because we were just catching up. We hadn't seen them in a while, and
we hate to see friends we haven't seen in a long time and shove a camera in their face.
Yeah.
How you been?
you know,
Welcome to our neck of the woods. Cheers.
we're having you here. Company was great. Food was great. Great time.
Beer was great.
Beer was great.
Hey, Daisy. One of the things we were really looking forward to do in New Hampshire was ride with Ron and Cindy Lou since they know the area. We were planning a counterclockwise trip around Lake Winnacunnet, so they came to us on our campground and we headed out from there. There they are.
Hello there.
Hi guys! We get to see Daisy!
Daisy!
Hi Daisy!
We just decided to take a ride all around Lake Winnacunnet, which was a beautiful ride, and it wasn't super long, but it was long enough because, you know, my stamina is not that great sometimes, but it's just awesome to not have to figure out a route on our own and to just follow people. It's so fun. I loved it because Cindy Lou was in front of us the whole time, and she grew up in that area, so she would point out, like, that was the school she went to.
She would point to something and then tell us later, well, that thing I pointed to over there was the school I went to.
Yeah, and it was just neat. Our first stop was in Wolfboro, and that's right on Lake Winnacunnet. And Ron was saying that that was actually the first resort town in New Hampshire. And wow, how charming. Really cute
it was
area.
A neat little town. A lot of the towns in New Hampshire and the Northeast.
I love New England.
Yeah.
This was awesome. This was our first time really experiencing anything in New Hampshire, so we weren't quite sure what to expect, and I just loved every minute of it. Getting ahead of myself, though, because first we ate.
Yeah, in Wolfboro.
We ate in Wolfboro.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get into Garwoods, which is down there.
Okay.
Yeah, we trust you guys. You guys nailed it last time.
It's a new day, and I'm thinking it's about time that you know, that you know, that you know, about time that you know, that you call me up.
Hey, let me.
Oh, do we too?
So we stopped off at Garwoods to eat lunch, and it was right on the water. It was gorgeous. We did have to eat inside because it was freaking hot outside.
Right, and the outside seating was full because they had everything spaced out nicely.
Yeah.
The good thing was there really wasn't anyone else around us sitting inside, so I felt okay about that. You do have to wear your mask as you walk through the restaurant, and then until you sit down, and then you can take your mask off.
There's mine.
All of them. What'd you just say?
We love your video. We love your video. Particularly if we're in them.
That's right.
Take my hand, don't give up, 'cause this is how it starts. See the world starting new, starting new. We live outside the lines. We are the dreamers that you can't define. We live outside the lines. Yeah, we do what we want to. We do what we like. We live outside the lines. Start a fire in the street. Tell our friends that we're the kings of the neighborhood. Let's be who we wanna be. No, it don't matter if we can or if we should. Take my hand, don't give up, 'cause this is how it starts. See the world starting new, starting new. We live outside the lines. We are the dreamers that you can't define. We live outside the lines.
And we started down here in Alton, went up 28, 109, up to Boltonboro, then we came around on 25, and then right here.
We rode through a couple of small little towns, and then we stopped for some ice cream.
Yeah.
And where was it?
It was Meredith.
Yeah.
You want me to hold this for you? I'll hold it for you.
Oh, you'll do that for me?
Yeah, I'll hold it for you.
We had some ice cream, took a little walk around the boardwalk
Right,
there.
well, we parked right there at the town docks, is what they call them. There's several restaurants and little bars and stuff along this boardwalk. We just walked around and checked out some of the boats and stretched our legs because we had been riding for a couple hours.
Hearts drifted away, minds on an escape, and I won't hesitate until I feel. I'm not gonna wait for you to show me the way. I'm on a journey today for what's real, what's real, what's real. Can you see it? Tell me like you know. Doesn't matter where you go.
And they eventually split off and headed back to Guilford. We headed back to Alton. And on the way back to Alton, we have to ride through Alton Bay,
Yeah, that's a
which
neat little
is
port
so
town.
neat and cute and charming. Yet again, another little area that's cute and charming. And I hate to say this, but we didn't get out and walk around in the Alton Bay area because every time we wanted to, it was extremely busy and packed with weekend tourists. So I didn't quite feel comfortable with doing that yet. So we look forward to going back and checking that area out. But there's some famous or more famous type of places in that area, and I think like Pop's Clam Shack is one of them. Remember that little dive? But we would drive by it even during the week, and there was usually a line of people there, so I wasn't quite comfortable.
Stay away from crowds.
Yeah.
I'm turning the page in my head, my head, my head.
That was a fun day of riding around Lake Winnacunnet.
It was a fun day of riding around Lake Winnacunnet.
Yeah, we better go get that doggy.
Okay,
Let's go get her.
I'll let her out.
Release the hound. There she is.
Beast. Hi. You can't waste any time.
A couple of days later, we were going for a hike, and Cindy Lou said she would join us, so we went out for a hike. And where was it?
Lox Hill. Lox Hill. Lox Hill.
Guilford, New Hampshire.
Guilford, New Hampshire. You heard it here first.
Going for a little hike.
No Oz in New Hampshire.
Yeah, well, we're expecting a few days of rain coming up, and it's starting in a couple of hours, so we wanted to get some time in nature.
It's only about a 1.8 mile loop. We started with the quarry trail first and then walked, gosh, about a mile.
Yeah, it turns into the Lakeview Trail at some point, I think at the summit.
Although it was a fairly short trail, there was a lot of climbing and and it was uphill the whole way because you're reaching the summit.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit more strenuous than I had expected it to be, but it was a really cool hike and there weren't that many people on that trail.
And dogs are allowed on leash. You won't see us taking Daisy on a lot of hikes just because her legs are this big.
But you will in Maine because we were forced to.
Yeah.
Nothing gets to me. There's only sunshine ahead of me now. Smile at everything.
This is so pretty.
Yeah, this is a nice trail.
Yeah.
Woodpeckers have gone to town on here. They built themselves a little condominium complex.
Nothing gets to me. There's only sunshine.
Although it's not very high in elevation, the summit is just over 1,000 feet. It's one of the tallest crests in that area and provides some of the best views of the lake. Little did we know that when we reached the summit, how beautiful it was going to be.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's, oh, look at this. Look at this. It does look like Cadillac Mountain.
It reminded me of Acadia, where you
It
could
totally
see.
did, yeah.
It wasn't like a peak, but it was high and it was flat and you could see for miles.
And you could see all the little islands scattered throughout Lake Winnipesaukee,
Yeah.
which is what reminded me of Acadia National Park and the Cadillac Mountain view up there. Surprising. I knew that we would see something, but I didn't know it was going to be that beautiful.
Yeah, it was moderate. It took us about 2 hours to do the whole loop. The pinnacle of this trip, the highlight for us, was definitely our ride to Mount Washington.
Oh my gosh, our favorite ride of this year for sure, and man was it cool.
Yeah.
But first we have to eat and fill our bellies
Yeah.
because it was going to be a very long day. So we left our RV park in Alton and we met up with Ron and Cindy Lou at their home in Guilford, and then from Guilford we rode to Woodstock, where we ate lunch and got some fuel.
Woodstock, New Hampshire.
Woodstock, New Hampshire, and we ate at the Woodstock Inn and Station.
We're going to Woodstock Brewery. Is it Woodstock Brewery?
It's in the Woodstock Station.
Woodstock Station.
It's in an inn, I think. Woodstock, New Hampshire.
See? New Hampshire.
See, we're saying it right.
We sat outside, even though we were all very hot because we were in our motorcycle gear, we chose to sit outside just because it feels a little bit safer that way. Everybody was required to wear masks, of course, to get to the table. All the servers had their masks on. The food was really good. You got like an adult mac and cheese or something. No, you got an adult grilled cheese.
That's what it was, yeah. To get from Woodstock over to Mount Washington, we rode through the White Mountain National Forest, which is really cool.
Try to find the words to say.
Ron and Cindy Lou knew of a little pull-off overlook that was spectacular for pictures and viewing of the mountains. So we stopped off to get a little stretch of our legs and some pictures. That area reminded me of the Smokies a little
Yeah,
bit.
it did. Yeah.
And then from there, we were heading towards the Kank.
The Kank. The Kankamangus, I think is what it's called.
Kankamangus
Well,
is a
more.
very well-known road in that area and a very well-known motorcycle road.
The Kankabay. Thank you.
The Kankamangus Trail, which is Route 112,
Okay,
going east to west or west to east.
okay. Which way are we headed right now?
We're heading east.
The locals call it the Kank.
The Kank.
The Kank.
So we take the Kank
till we get to the auto road. Is that right?
Well, no, we're going to take the tank until we get to Bear Notch Road,
Okay.
which is a famous road. And we'll be on that for about 10 to 12 minutes.
So we're getting ready.
It's only 91.
We're getting ready to go up the auto road. It's 91 degrees and we got to put on some layers because it's 50 something up there.
50, I think 58 degrees is what it is at the top. So I know I'm gonna be cold. So we're layered up even though it's hot. And we're gonna get going, I think it's about 30 minutes to get to the top. So we'll see.
Our first time up this, we're pretty excited.
I'm pretty nervous.
I'm just excited.
Yeah.
There are two routes to get up to the top of Mount Washington. One is the auto road, and you can either drive that yourself in your car or motorcycle as we did, or you can actually take a guided tour and have them drive you up. If you're not comfortable on mountain roads with no rails, have someone take you. Or the other way you can get up there is the Cog Train, and that's really neat.
If you're planning on driving yourself up to the top of Mount Washington, the weather up there is always changing, and it's quite often different than what it is down below when you're starting out.
Very different.
Very different. So you need to check the weather and status updates online to see.
Yeah.
We found out firsthand how different the weather can be at the top.
I'm gonna free my weary soul. I'm gonna free my love. Run into the fire, gonna find my land of gold. I can feel it turn, moving like a river in my soul. I'm gonna free my weary soul. I'm gonna free my love. Run into the fire, gonna find my land of gold. I can feel it turn, moving like a river in my soul. Moving like a river in my soul. Moving like a river in my soul. Moving like a river in my soul.
Got to the top and rain's coming. As you can kind of see here.
All right, let's go.
So the Cog Train is the second steepest railway in the world. It averages about 25% grade and goes as high as 38% grade.
Right.
It's called a Cog Train because it actually runs on a cog. I didn't really understand this until I saw it, but it's just like a sprocket. It's a cog wheel, and it just climbs up like that.
Kind of like a bicycle chain.
It's kind of like a bicycle and chain, except the wheel is turning and not the chain. The chain is built into the track. That was an amazing ride.
That was so good. That was right up there with Glacier.
Yeah,
Going to the Sun Road.
yeah, that was a strong second. That's pretty cool. Our last little outing was with Ron and Cindy Lou on the 4th of July.
Yeah, how fun.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to spend 4th of July with friends or family in several years since we've been on the road. It's usually just the two of us figuring out, well, what are we going to do wherever we are?
Yeah. It's the 4th of July, and we're going to go on that.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, America.
We're going to take the boat out on Lake Winnacunnet.
Yeah.
I don't need anything. I'm on a boat.
Twin Volvo V8, babe.
That's 700 horsepower.
Hearts drifted away, minds on an escape, and I won't hesitate until I feel I'm not gonna wait for you to show me the way.
We're in the queue.
What's real, what's real, what's real? Can you see it? Tell me like you know. Doesn't matter where you go. Do you still give it all you can? Doesn't matter where you end. 'Cause I'm trying and I'm questioning in my mind the unanswered feeling. You can let it grow. Doesn't matter where you go. Woke up from a dream.
A lot of fireworks.
What's in front of me? Not what you said, you said, you said. I've made my mistakes, but I'm not gonna break. I'm turning the page in my head, my head, my head.
Hey, you tell me what you think, Tara.
I'm going to tell you.
Ohio girl.
Wonderful. And I don't even have my arms on this. No.
What do you think?
Oh, you think that's cold? Yes. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
We dipped it dipped in the water and came out of the water.
Did a belly flop. It like bounced off a wave.
Hopefully the drone survives the dip.
Good save though.
Like I
That
said,
was a blast.
a lot of fun. That was a great time.
Boats and beer and boats,
Friends
friends.
in America.
And while we thought the drone was okay after its very brief little swim, it was not.
Chad, what just happened?
Remember how the drone got wet? Chad launched it from Cindy, Lou, and Ron's house, and it crashed. So now we're on the side of the road trying to find it.
So this has a find the drone feature on it where it shows you where it last knows where it is currently, and you can walk to it, and it was right on the side of the road.
To make it better, we have to drink this Ron's specialty cocktail.
This is Chad's drink, by the way.
Cheers!
Cheers!
It's delicious, babe. Here, have some.
It's always sad to say goodbye to friends. We want to thank Ron and Cindy Lou for their hospitality and for being wonderful tour guides. We miss you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much. That was awesome. We had an amazing time. Next up in our travels, we're going to see some different friends in Maine. So stay tuned for that. And here comes some outtakes.
We took Lucille.
Huh?
I said we brought Lucille. Actually,
course.
she brought us. Right?
Yeah.
Ron brought you.
Ron brought
That's
us.
true. That guy.
Ron
right,
and Cindy Lou.
right there. Say hi.
Oh, hi! Did you get me hitting him? You're not really trying to do that again.
I was just going to see if it fires up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're gonna go chasing after it by yourself if you try it again and it.
We have that Garmin still, and we get asked about that quite frequently.
Hold on. We have Marin McNally right now, don't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Scratch all that.
I will.
Meh. He's
Drone,
got a little broken wing.
drone recovery.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
At least it didn't land in the middle of the woods.
Found it.
Found it.
You just did that so you could add some excitement to the day.
Mr. Garwood's. Close. Garrison's.
Mr. Garrison.
Yeah, Garwood's.
So, oh, like the Garrison?
Garwood.
Garwood.
Want to do it one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Not because of you. We always do this.
We do 2 or 3 takes.
I mean, you ruined it, but that's all right.
And I think the next place we rode through was Moulton Borough. There's a lot of boroughs and a lot of strange to pronounce names in that area, but I think it was Moulton Borough. Milton Borough. No.
Mountain Borough. Mountain Borough.
Moulton. I think it's
Moulton.
Moulton Borough. Oh my gosh. We have heard from so many of you out there that we have to ride the Mount Washington. Is that what it is?
Road, Mount Washington Auto
I
Road.
forgot already what it's called.
So to get from Woodstock over to Mount Washington, we had to ride through the White Forest.
Wrong. White Mountain National
White Mountain National Forest. What's it called again? Garrison?
Garwoods.